This is Head Bustin' Boxing, and we are back in the house. And man, it's been a lot of drama over the last couple days, and why should it stop now? Man, Canelo Alvarez jumped out the window on Booboo Andrade, and let's hear what he had to say. Canelo Alvarez dismissed Demetrius Andrade on Thursday as an unproven, boring boxer who's unworthy of securing fight with him. A reporter asked Alvarez about Andrade during a conference call scheduled to promote his up-and-coming jump to light heavyweight. The Mexican superstar considered the WBO 170-pound champion Sergey Kovalev his opponent November 2nd in Las Vegas as a real challenge. He definitely doesn't feel the same way about Andrade, the unbeaten WBO middleweight champion who called out Alvarez repeatedly. Now this is what Canelo had to say, and I quote, "He hasn't fought with anyone," Alvarez said according to a translator. "He hasn't fought against anybody. And he's also boring, very boring. Maybe he's a good fighter, but he's a boring fighter. And at the end of the day, when there's a boring fight, people are going to blame me. I like fights where there's action, where the people can enjoy a good show. That's very important for me, but also he doesn't represent a challenge for me because he hasn't fought against anybody." Now those are some sharp words right there. Some very, very sharp words. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Booboo ain't just take that sitting down. He fired back with a response on Twitter. And this is what Andrade responded with on Twitter. "At Canelo, stop talking out of your A. If you don't believe I'm a challenge, you would have unified with me in September for Undisputed. Get at Oscar De La Hoya panties off and grow some cojones. You can't duck forever. Put your big boy gloves on and fight me." Now, I'll be honest with you. I like both fighters. Long-time Canelo Alvarez advocate, long-time, Booboo Andrade advocate. So I have no dog in the fight. I actually like both fighters. All I want to do is see them get in there and get it on. Do I think Demetrius Andrade can bring problems to Canelo? Yeah, he's a bigger guy, arguably faster than Danny. Well, I ain't gonna say arguably. He's faster than Danny Jacobs. He's a slicker fighter than Danny Jacobs, and Danny Jacobs gave him problems. He's bigger than Danny Jacobs. He's longer than Danny Jacobs, and he don't get hit. Why wouldn't I think he could give Canelo problems? Do I think Canelo could give him problems? Yes. Why? Because he's Canelo Alvarez and he can box. Both men are master boxers, and that's why I want to see the fight. Do Canelo have a point? Does Demetrius Andrade have a great resume? No. But the question is, why does he have such a poor resume? Because nobody wants to fight him. Think about this. You had the Charlo brothers, Eric Lubin, you had Laura, Angola, and several other names at 154. None of these dudes fought Booboo, if I remember correct. None of them. And here's the thing, and I'm not saying all of them ducked them, but here's the thing, even when you talk about the Charlo brothers, those guys were big dudes for 154, especially Jamal. He's bigger than them. Arguably faster. He moved up to 160, right? Danny Jacobs fight at 160. He's bigger than Danny Jacobs. And Danny Jacobs is huge for a middleweight. He's bigger than Danny Jacobs. And he's a slick boxer. Great footwork. He can do things that Jacobs couldn't do. Now Jamal, I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. But the dude can fight. And you're crazy if you say other. Even he couldn't come out of his mouth and say he couldn't fight. Now, as far as him saying he's not a challenge, that's remained to be seen. But some of these promoters, these platforms, gotta step in with some of this. I mean, look, it can't be, well, I'm not fighting you because you ain't on my level. You can't just throw that with everybody. If that's the case, who can you fight? Who can you fight? And I'm going to be honest with you, in my opinion, if you put Demetrius Andrade in there with Kovalev, I think I would take Andrade in that situation. I think he can move up to 175 flawlessly. So at the end of the day, Canelo, you got to step up and fight this man at some point. Even if the zone and the sanctioning bodies have to step in and make it happen. But that's pretty much all I got. This is Head Busting Boxing Fight Doctor. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hit me up in the comment section and let me know, is Canelo ducking Demetrius Andrade, or are you with the fact that he can say, nah, you ain't never fought nobody and you ain't on my level, so I ain't fighting you, when it's another guy in your division with a belt? Does that sit right with you or not? Anyway, that's pretty much all I got. This is Head Busting Boxing's own Fight Doctor. I am out.